Okay, today I'm making carrot ginger soup, and I have to tell you, this just exudes health and wellness. So carrots, phenomenal antioxidants. Garlic, we know that that's off the chart because of their allicin. It's great for our immune system. And then ginger. Ginger is just so soothing for the digestive tract. I tell you, when I feel like I have a cold coming on, or I just don't feel well, or maybe I just want to watch a movie, I will have this soup and it just makes me feel so much better. Here's my secret weapon. I'm going to cook everything, not in the olive oil that the recipe calls for, but in coconut oil to give it a little extra flavor. I love soups in the winter. I just do. There's something really homey and warm about it. And I can't eat salads in the winter. It's just too cold out, and it's a lot of work for your body to digest cold and raw vegetables, which is why I'm such a fan of soup. So in my big stock pot, I have coconut oil. So I added the coconut oil to just give it a little more flavor. The recipe actually called for olive oil. And right now I've got a lot of onion in here. I did extra onion because I know their immune boosting benefits. Once that starts to glisten a little bit, I will then add ginger and garlic. Starting to smell yummy. Clearly my onions are ready to have their friends visit. So I'm gonna add in my chopped ginger and my chopped garlic. I did actually increase the ginger because I like it so much, and I increased the garlic. So I will post the recipe, but it has a lot of modifications to it. So try to follow along. It's not easy. I'm a very intuitive cook, and I know what I like. And so I like ginger, I like garlic. So I've got a little extra in than the recipe calls for. So here we go. Okay, so it has been a minute or two for the ginger and the garlic. Now I'm adding in all of my carrots. And I think I mentioned I don't have a food processor, so I actually use my blender, and I just use the chop, kind of the pulse button. You can only put a few in at a time, but it's better than getting a blister from chopping all those carrots. So now I'm gonna incorporate the carrots in, and then next up, I'm actually gonna add, so go ahead and start adding broth. You could actually add a vegetarian broth if you like, but I'm gonna go ahead and go for the bone broth. The bone broth has 9 grams of protein per cup. Bone broth is incredibly healing to the gut. And since this is already kind of a healing soup, we're gonna go with even more healing by adding some gut healing along with that. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. And the recipe actually also calls for a dash of cinnamon, which at first I wasn't gonna put it in, but I made this the other night and I really liked it. It really brought out the sweetness of the carrots. So there we go. So I'm still cooking this down. You wanna wait until the carrots are a little bit tender. Once they are tender, then you're going to add your coconut milk. Make sure you use the full fat coconut milk. So what I end up doing, I really like this Trader Joe's product. It's organic, and I love that about it. So I used 2 cans of the coconut milk, and then I added this the other day, organic coconut cream, and it just made it so creamy, and I really feel like it gave it depth of flavor to the soup, and it made it seem like I just cooked it for hours and hours, which is always a good thing. Then I'm going to take my handy dandy immersion blender. This is the Braun is the name of the company. I've had this for years. It is just such a workhorse. You could let the soup cool and then put it into a blender, but this is just so much easier, and then I don't have to clean my blender. So there you go. Okay, I like it, but I have to be honest, I don't love it. There's not quite enough ginger flavor in there for me. So I peeled a little bit more ginger. I grated some in with my microplane. Be aware that the rest of the ginger was cooked, so it's a little bit of a more mild flavor. So you probably don't need to add a whole lot. And then, as Julia Child said, never make excuses about your cooking, because at least you cooked. So it's still good. I'm making it gooder by adding more salt and pepper, other things to bring the flavor up. Then I'll freeze it in small containers and have it all winter long on a cold day. Enjoy.